Hi YouTube. I hope you're doing well. I had a really good day. I was out raking up after my dog, and a friend of the family stopped in and we had a nice chat. He stopped actually to see Doug. I met him through Doug and his wife and their, I don't know all 12 children, and one of their 12 they lost about. She died, their oldest daughter, about, I'm saying 10 years ago now. So anyway, so we had a nice chat. I had a bonfire going, and my horse was standing there keeping the bugs off, and we sat at the picnic table and talked about God and kids and the world being crazy like it is and everything else. And so it was nice. His wife had gone down to the cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul area, to pick up one of their daughters. So um, her name's Virgo, but most of their kids have normal names like Billy and, stuff like that. So Marie. So anyway, yeah, they're really nice people. But we were talking about, and I'll get to my video what I'm making, but it was just funny right before he left. We were talking about hair, and he had cut his wife's hair one time, and she's got even curlier hair than mine. And he said it was so short when he got done that she'll never let me touch that again. And I'm just thankful it'll grow, because after I had been so sick and with my allergies and I lost it all, I had to get it where it's healthy, and now I can grow it out again. So yeah, I'm just happy I have hair because I was bald after my operation. So um, yeah, I'm very happy. So anyway, it was a good day. Got a lot done outside. It rained cats and dogs last night, or at least big raindrops, quite a bit. And then this morning, I had went out and fed my animals, and um, came back in to make a pasta salad, and opened the window thinking I'm gonna let some cool air in, and it was actually more humid and hot outside than it was in my house. So it got to be about 80 today. So I um, worked up a pretty good sweat outside and kept busy. And yeah, so it was a good day all in all. Came back in and told him, I said, well, I got to go in and rest. I'm going to make a video about, I don't know if you heard on June 2nd, Exxon, Exxon Mobil pipeline broke in Laurel, Montana, a 12-inch pipe, and it was spilling into the Clark's Fork of the Yellowstone waterway, which is the Missouri River and the Clark's Fork meet in that area. And then that goes into the Gulf of Mexico down through the Mississippi Riverway from the Missouri into that. And so my concern was they had evacuated the 6,500 people in the town, and but they didn't speak in the article I was reading, did not say a word about the fact that Laurel, Montana, I lived in Bridger, 23 miles away from Laurel. Laurel is exactly in the middle of Bridger and Billings, Montana. So I know for a fact there's a huge, huge refinery out there with thousands of gallons of oil waiting to be refined, and they were in fear of explosions, but they omitted to state that there's all this other oil sitting around waiting to be refined in these great big, them huge round containers, steel containers that are, I'm going to say probably 100,000 gallons, and some of the smaller ones are like 10,000 gallons of oil sitting there ready to be processed. So they weren't telling the whole story. And if they did have an explosion, then they'd have all that extra oil. So, and now I have not heard a word of the cleanup or the rupture being fixed or Why did it rupture? Was it earth movement? Or like in the cold around here, when we have our springtime thaw, the pipes will shift a lot. And like if it's in the city, my adopted dad worked for the water department, they'd have broken water mains even down below the frost level if it was, which is below 3 feet in the ground in the wintertime. So if it freezes more than 3 feet down. But even if it doesn't, when it starts thawing in the spring, the earth will shift and move, and then water mains break and pipes break and whatnot. But they didn't explain what had happened to this oil pipeline, how they were going to fix it, what they were going to do to clean it up, or if it is still going or not. So that was my concern with that. And it's Exxon Mobil and 12-inch pipe from their pipeline. So, yeah, I mean, I could say, yeah, my ex mother in law only lives like 20 minutes away, so it's all good. But no, um, it's not. And I do have friends in the area too, so not just ex family, but actually, people I know and are, it's not just that I know people, it's going south, it's hitting everybody, I care about everybody. So I thought, heck, I don't know how many people know about this. I saw it on Facebook, a friend had passed it around, and I thought, well, you know, I hadn't heard anything. I don't watch mainstream media. That's my thing. If I see something in like a online paper or an article or something, I'll jaunt over and read it. But as far as actually worrying about what's going on night and day, nah. I used to. And I mean, not only is it depressing, but what can you believe? You know. So this I believe because, well, they left out part of it. It's a very big, important part. All the oil, not just the oil coming through that pipe that they can't shut down, you know. Or I'm sure they can sections, but I don't know about the pressure. I don't know how they would work that or what they do, or if they'd have to dig in a pressure valve up above it somewhere and shut it down, or you know. So it was so vague. I'm thinking, what is going on with that Exxon pipeline in Montana? I want to know. Are you curious? Because if it hits the water, and even if you live over on the other side of the world, sooner or later, things are going to get to you, just like Fukushima and their nuclear waste, or the Antarctic and all them nuclear stations down there that had breaches back in the 70s, 11 of them. These things are in our world right now, and nobody's telling us how they're cleaning this up or stopping it. It's a concern, you know? So, makes me wonder, if I make it 20 more years, what's the world going to be like when I'm 80? It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's a concern. So, yeah. Oh, I saw something sad today. I saw somebody trying to, defending theirself in a manner of speaking, but talking about women like they were men, like man hands and whatever. And it wasn't really addressing me, but I mean, I know um, the agenda of trying to change everybody and what they've been trying for eons. But, and all that. But one of the women that this guy addressed died last week, and I'm like, huh. And he didn't know it, I'm pretty sure, and I'm thinking, that's not cool. And he's even like my adversary. Well, I think he kind of likes me, but we, he, he's keeping information about me that is good stuff away from the world, and I'm not too happy about it. So he's sort of like trying to rain on my parade and stop my message, whatever my message is, um, and which is my bottom line. that there is a mom and dad of the Godhead family, and it isn't a Baphomet bisexual both sex thing. So, but enough on that for right now. But that's basically what I'm out to prove. The bottom line, and um, so this person is trying to stop that, but and calling himself God, yeah, basically, you know, son of God. Well, anyway, with that, I really don't think he knew that this lady had died. And I really don't think he would have put her picture up on there if he had known that. So it's the one that called me Odo family. And like, yeah, whatever, you know. But so that was a little strange, and I was thinking maybe I should make a video, and I think he blocked me, but I think he can still read what I wrote, that she had died. I thought I could make a video and address him and tell him, hey, you know what, that was really dirty pool, but I thought, maybe he really doesn't know, and because he is a jerk, but I don't think he's that bad of a jerk, you know. So, yeah, yeah. But yeah, he's hurting another one of my friends and using his book of gematria with her name to work out whether she's a demon or not, and he spelt her name wrong. So you can't go by the letters if they're inaccurate, which was sad too. But I didn't tell him that part. And I don't know that he'll watch my video, but yeah, he spelled her name wrong, so he couldn't get her information right that he wrote in there about her anyway with the letters because it's all wrong. So yeah, it's been quite a day. So yeah. So I told this friend of ours, his name's Brad. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna go in and rest a little bit. I got a video I want to make about that broken pipeline." And he's like, did I hear about something? And I said no, but then after I thought about it, I thought, yeah, I did hear about it. He was telling me about this 13-year-old over in Sweden that got euthanized, because she wanted to. And it was legal. They made it legal so she could take her own life at 13 years old. I'm like, wow. I think I heard that somewhere. I think it was like, a few months ago or something like that. Not sure. But there's so much weird stuff. And then I told him I said, well, did you hear about the little transgender boy, Desmond? And no. So I told him about Desmond and dancing in gay bars, dressed like Gwen Stefani at like 9 years old. And I think he's like about 12 now. But he started at 9 or 10, something really, really young. you know. So then I was talking about parents that are letting their children take hormones to be a different sex and everything. And then we were talking about abortion and um, his viewpoint on that and whatnot. And so yeah. But they're kind of secluded. Um, they homeschool most of their kids. One of them, she enjoys school, and one of them didn't want to do the homeschooling. He just didn't want to get busy and do what he was supposed to do, so they did put him in school. And so, yeah. But most of their children they homeschooled, except for the oldest one. She was in a nursing care center. Sue, my friend, Brad's wife, had adopted her from Brad's first wife who had passed away, but it was still nonetheless in her heart her daughter like that. So, but she was mentally and physically handicapped, and that was Brad's first child, and he lost her about 10 years ago now. So, yeah, every once in a while, and he doesn't like like the rest of us that are actually nice people. We don't have a whole bunch of people to talk to, but when you do have them, it's a good thing, now and again. So it's like, have you done any fishing? I'm like, not lately. I caught the big fish I wanted to catch. I fished in all my life and used to fillet fish for a living and lived on the lake. And I might live on the lake again, but I'm allergic to all seafood. So when I do go fishing, my hands just get raw. They get like red and swollen, and I'll come home and it's like, but I didn't know I was allergic to fish. So all my life I was a fisherwoman and found out, geez, I'm allergic to these things. No wonder my hands would hurt so bad when I get done doing it. So, and I told him I might again, but kind of the fun's gone. Then I told him Doug sort of, I mean, he likes to fish, but and he catches little ones, but he doesn't want to kill no fish. We'll just go buy it if we want something. So, which I do eat it once in a while, but I have to be really careful. Like say, if I wanted some chocolate, which I'm allergic to, I shouldn't have like chocolate and fish or onions and potatoes or the cut two things at once that I'm allergic to in one day is really, really hard. If I limit it to like one thing in a meal through the day, then I can kind of function and deal with it a little easier. So yeah. But yes, did I mention, yes, it rained last night, and then the night before, we got down into the 30s, which is really weird for this time of year. And them poor farmers are just really having a hard time. They really are. That's a fact. I'm telling you, it's not global warming. Not where I've been around for 30 years now in the same area, off and on throughout my life for like 45 years. Uh, it's getting cooler. So, and that's a fact. I don't know about where other people live, what their weather on the average is like, but mine has gotten cooler. So, yeah. But that's about all that's really going on around here today. Yeah, my pasta salad is an Italian pasta salad because I just happen to have some salami around and some olives, and I put onions and cheese and stuff in it. So, yeah, it'll be good. Quick, easy because it was so hot. Yeah, that'll make a nice supper. So, it'd be good on a bed of lettuce chopped up and then put some of that on there, and oh, that'd be so good. But I don't. I got lettuce growing, but they're only this big right now. It's iceberg lettuce, and the little leaves, oh, they're so cute, but they're just really struggling to grow. So, same with my tomato plants and the squash. I don't know, everything's weird this year. So, and my asparagus one came up, and the other ones aren't doing anything, so I don't know, which is really kind of a bummer because I grew them from seeds in the house for 2.5 years and then put them out in my garden. So that's a bummer. My rhubarb's doing good, and I have chives and berries around here and apples and things like that. Everything's blooming pretty good, but I don't know about that asparagus, and it's really important because uh, I was going to try and sell it because it's so expensive. So, and I had propagated it and paid a lot for my seeds. I'm serious. They were like $6.95 for a pack, and I got 2 packs. But for me, that's kind of a lot of money just to put out to try and grow some veggies. So, you know, I don't know. Anyway, I lost a lot of stuff on this land because it used to be very barren, And with the horse manure, that helps. And we got in a lot of cow manure, and we bought black dirt and wood chips and different things that would decompose into soil. But it was a meadow, a cornfield that had been farmed out so bad and probably poisoned to the max. So, with planting hundreds of trees and literally hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of little plants and things that I wanted on the property, um, so but I'd plant it somewhere and it wouldn't do good. It would die. And then so I put one same type of thing somewhere else and it would take, or, some things took me like 3 tries, um, you know, different things. I had blueberries for a while and then they croaked on me. So, but there are wild ones around, but I had some really nice, like northern ones and different, 2 different species you have to have so they can cross pollinate. So, yeah, stuff like that. That's kind of what I'm into is um, studying animals was always my passion and really getting into plant life and what's around me, different things like that. So, and I would say my first interest of anything um, was geology, rocks. So, yeah, I put a link on my Facebook page to a crystal cave in Minnesota. It's southern Minnesota, Spring Valley. It is so beautiful. It has stalagmites and stalactites. I think I might have told you the other day, but yeah, it's incredible cave. If you can imagine, just like a flashlight making everything so shiny in there. It's just totally freaky. And I've been around gold mines and silver mines, but this is altogether different thing. So I got a crystal that's literally a foot and a half around. And so it makes me wonder, like, what's under the house, what's under the, because we have like big boulders, and it could actually be like a big crystal, so, but anyway, like I said, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Um, I probably will. I don't know what I'm going to do for sure, but I'm hoping to get my fencing done. Well, I won't be done, but just some more of it. The more I extend, if I go and work out for like a couple hours in a day or something, I can get quite a bit done. It's a little difficult work, but I used to put in miles of fence with this little tiny guy out in Montana. I worked on a ranch, and then on the weekend, I would get a day off and I'd go fencing, making extra money. I could make $100 cash in a day for a 17-year-old. That's freaking good money. So I'd help him stretch the fence, and then we'd set the post in, and then we'd stretch it. He had a tractor. Everything was slick, but you know what I got around here, I'm using like trees that are around, but I've got steel posts and pound them by hand, or we can push them in with the tractor too, but that's always a little scary for me, but I do that. But I don't know, it's kind of easy to just pound it in. It's soft. It's not like out west like that, some hard packed soil. It would be hard to pound my own fence post, like a 9 foot post or 8 foot or a 6. But I think the ones I got are maybe they're 7 foot. Let's see. Yeah, they must be 8 foot. I guess. I guess they're 8 footers, but they go in pretty slick around here because it's so soft. In fact, the one down by my driveway loosens up all the time because it's so wet down there. There's a spring that runs under the road, and it keeps it mushy all the time. So yeah, lowland with highland all the way around us. So it's a little valley. So, very beautiful. But Okay, everybody, I'm going to let you go. I just want to say hello, tell you I love you. Thank you for joining me, and let you know about that Exxon baloney and ask you, have you heard anything about that? Or do you know anything more about that? Or if you do, let me know. And if I find out any more or hear any more, I'll keep you posted too. So, because I think they're trying to sneak something by. I didn't hear anything on the news, and Doug watches the news. I don't watch mainstream stuff unless I'm trying to catch the weather or something. And I usually go to the Weather Channel, but lately, last couple weeks, I would turn on the morning news and just catch like a story or something that was on there, waiting for the weather to come on or something like that. Get up, turn it on, go make my coffee, and then listen to the weather. So um, I caught a few stories here and there like that, but yeah. So, all right. Um, I'll see you later. Have a good night or day wherever you're at. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.